Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back with another video. It's not really a video review or a showcase or anything. Well, kind of a showcase, but mostly not. Basically, what I'm doing here is my top favorite figures, or not top favorite figures, but my what do I call it? My top figures of 2020, and that includes Star Wars, Marvel, customs, and overall figures. And I say overall figures and not DC because I didn't get but like four, maybe five DC figures this year, and one of them technically I got from a year ago today, but I still counter because and we'll kind of get to that in another video. Um, I'm recording these in the order of shortest to longest, just because it's easier for me. But I will say that these videos may not go up in the order I've recorded them. So if it's a little off, I do apologize. Just bear with me. And with that being said, let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the honorable mentions of these three right here. Now, this is my interpretation of a young adult Lucy Quinn, basically, and she was originally Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro carded Gwen Stacy, and I just thought, you know what, that's a cool template for a Lucy Quinn. So yeah, I decided to include her. She's not my favorite custom. Just she was such a super simple custom to do. Um, and she is technically done, but I think I need to repaint the torso part of the trench coat because I think the dye's all of a sudden trying to wear off because I had to like cover some of the blue that bled onto her hair with gold paint. You could kind of see it like right there and that kind of thing. So I'm probably gonna have to find this shade of blue and just paint the trench coat. And I may just go ahead and paint the belt, but it's a Starpool trench coat because, long story short, and I'm not gonna go into like deep detail about these customs, just because that's why there are such things as custom showcases. But basically, Lucy Quinn is obviously the daughter of Harley Quinn, um, and basically, in my story, because my love life is sad in real life, so I might as well make it interesting in the fictional life, right? So, Starpool, aka the fictional version of me, um, kind of gets together with Harley Quinn, and then Lucy is like his stepdaughter, basically. Um, just for fun, fun stories and everything like that. And I do plan on telling those stories through like action figure comics and whatnot, but I need to find a way to make a kid Lucy Quinn as well. But anyway, so she's an honorable mention as well as my original character self, Starpool, and I'm putting him as an honorable mention instead of being my favorite custom because technically he was made at the end of last year, and it would kind of um, I know if you watch my favorite overall figures in and of 2020, you're gonna notice that that the Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn is in my top favorite figures of this year, even though she was technically released at the end of the year. But it was so close that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna include her. I don't care what people say. So she technically counts, at least to me. And yeah, I mean, but I finished him in October of last year, so technically he's not close enough to count. And R2SP, while I did do a couple modifications, which I will showcase in his own showcase video, I I just felt like because I finished him like a year or two ago, he's not really up to par, or not really up to par. He's not really fit to be in my favorite customs of this year. So, anyway, those are the honorable mentions, and yeah, let's move on. And starting with my fifth favorite custom of the year, R4S76. Now, this is a Soldier 76 inspired R4 unit that I just decided to one day make a design for, and I'm really proud of how he turned out. And one of my older buddies has a younger brother that's a huge Soldier 76 fan, and I asked my buddy and his brother, hey, or asked my buddy's younger brother, hey, would you like me to make you one? And he said, sure. And so I made him one for like a late Christmas gift because I didn't finish them in time for Christmas, believe it or not. But originally this was a R4M9 Bandai model kit, and I mean, I don't know why I'm telling you the details now because I will be showcasing this guy in his own video, um, but to give you kind of a summary, I basically just, you could tell what colors I painted on, and it's not perfect. Like, there are some kind of, like, if I was to kind of bring him in closer and focus the camera and everything, you can see, like, some of the messiness in, like, the blue panels on the head and that kind of thing. But I still think he looks really cool, and he does have a 76 in Aurebesh on his cargo panel. So yeah, I'm really proud of how he turned out, and he looks great with his owner. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for him. And I will definitely be making a showcase video for him in the near future. So let's move on to spot number 4. Now, I probably should have given you the rundown of who R4S76 is, but I'll just do that in his own showcase. So if you're interested in hearing about his backstory, just tune in for that. But if you're not, then, I don't know. Just, I guess don't watch it or skip the backstory when I do release the video. Well, make the video and release it. But the number 4 spot goes to my original character, Battle Droid Medic. Now, originally, I didn't have this, and I may have mentioned this in the showcase, but I did not originally have the Medic logo on his chest, only the backpack. And basically, I got Waterslide Republic Medic decals, because I thought they'd show up on him, and they didn't really work. So instead, I just painted over the decal with basically this red right here, this Christmas red. This is in the bottle I used it, but oh, here it is. This one. I mean, it's the same one. It's just this one's not so crushed and used and everything. But yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of how he turned out. I don't like how wobbly his knees are, though. But maybe I'll tighten that up sometime in the near future if it annoys me enough, which that'll probably be the very near future because he does not like to stand. So anyway, let's move on to spot number 3. Okay, for spot number 3, we have H2Q5 in her classic paint job. Now, this is a Harley Quinn styled R2 unit that I basically one day designed because I thought, it would be cool if Harley Quinn had her own R2 unit. And basically, one time, this was back when Google Plus was still around and everyone was role-playing on it and all that kind of jazz. And basically, Harley had this droid with her, and at first, I didn't have this design. I came up with a Suicide Squad inspired paint job, which I will eventually make, but for now, I do have this one, and, how do I say this without spoiling it? Basically, I have this one and another one for now, and honestly, I'm really proud of how she turned out. She will get her own showcase, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm putting her at number 3 because of, I put Medic at number 4 because I had to I had to get another battle droid, dye the arms and ankles, and repaint the details, so that was a bit of a hassle. And for H2 here, basically some paint chipping when putting the third leg up into the body and popping it out. So I don't really intend on doing that ever again. If not, and if I do, it'll be like very rare. Um, and when I try to fix it, I did seal the body too much with the matte clear coat from Krylon, so I had to go back over with a gloss, and it you can't really tell on camera. So that's good. In person, you could kind of tell from at close or from a short distance, but from a long distance on a shelf or on camera, you can't really tell. So, but yeah, I'm very proud of her nonetheless, and I don't think the glow in the dark blue paint for her projector that I put in works anymore, but when it did, it was awesome. So yeah, that's why she's at number 3. Okay, so moving on to the number 2 spot, and I know I kind of put my phone in front of the camera, and I didn't pause the camera before I took H2 out, which, my bad. But, this is, I'm showing pictures because I don't have the figure, in my possession right now. It's currently with my brother because this is his original character, ARC Trooper from the Wolf Pack. His name is Grim. Basically, the rundown for him is he is this isn't an edited, well, I'll just show you the unedited pictures. If you want to see the edited pictures of Grim, just go to my Instagram and tune in for those because I will be posting those soon. But yeah, this is Grim, and he is a very dark, his character is a very dark clone trooper, and there he is with Comet and Sinker that I actually also did, but I didn't put them in the list because, I mean, they were pretty simple, like Boost, so anyway, so yeah, I mean, he was very complicated. Well, not very complicated, but he was a bit complicated to make, but pretty simple to put together. And I did modify. Well, I didn't really modify. I used the. Oh, that's my brother. And oh, sorry. um, I did replace the wrists from the usual rubber ball joints that the other clones have with the KO Clone Trooper ball hinged wrist from SH Figure Arts, and it actually works really well. Clone Wolf, um, and yeah, it makes aiming down the rifle a lot easier, even with the Hugo ammo pouch and chest plate and the kind of, there we go, and the kind of double pauldron. But zooming in here, he's got a Wolfpack logo right there. He's because he's so dark, he's got blood running down from the grill and kind of splattered here and there. So yeah, and he does have a Wolfpack logo. It's hard to see, but he does have a Wolfpack logo there, and then the usual Wolfpack white logo on the other shoulder pad, like Commander Wolf. But I will be. I'll see if my brother wants me to do a showcase on this guy because I would love to do that, and I think it'd be really cool. So, but I do also adore clone troopers when it comes to Star Wars. Like I love clones. I love droids. They're both really, really cool, and there he is with Wolf. So yeah. Stay tuned for pictures of this guy on my Instagram and for a showcase on here. So, yeah. Let's move on to the number 1 spot. And in the number 1 spot, this is H2Q5 in her new 52 inspired paint job. Now, I know what you're thinking, dude, you included the same droid with different paint jobs. That's not fair. Well, technically it is fair because think of it this way. If I was to put the same, like, okay, let's say I made both the Phase 1 and 2 and even ARC Trooper version of Jesse from Clone Wars, from the Clone Wars. And technically it would be fair to put those three versions of him in one kind of video, or top 10 or top 5 or whatever of 2020. I mean, I didn't make any version of Jesse, at least not yet. I hope I can in the near future. If Hasbro doesn't make Jesse, come on Hasbro, make Jesse please. But technically, this would be like making both Phase 1 and 2 versions of a clone trooper, or something like that. So I am including this version of H2, and this is honestly my favorite out of the two, because I love the classic, but it just looks so busy. And over here, yeah, the legs look busy, at least the main drive legs, but for the most part, I mean, it's the body and everything just looks so simple. And I like that. I just like that. I don't know why, but she will get her own showcase video as well. I won't showcase both paint jobs in the same video, only because I feel like they deserve their separate showcases. But yeah, I mean, you can see right here, she matches the amazing Yamaguchi New 52 inspired Harley Quinn very well. So yeah, so that basically wraps up the video. Alright guys, I just wanted to, excuse me. I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. 2020 has been a sucky year, but if it wasn't for this sucky year, I probably wouldn't have, had more time to, make these awesome customs. And they truly are awesome, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. Even though the dye in Lucy's jacket is kind of, fading and staining the hands and the hair. Other than that, I mean, I'm very proud of how she turned out, and I'm very proud of how Soldier Droid R4S76 turned out, even though you can barely see him, and definitely Medic as well, even though he had issues with his ankles and arms, just because I couldn't take him apart because of Hasbro's Black Magic plastic welding for the joints. And while it was, I gotta tell you real quick though, for H2's classic paint job right there, she was a bit intimidating at first, but after I started working on her, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And honestly, it wasn't. It was just a case of taking my time, making sure all the details were right, and everything like that. Like making sure the red panels overlapped into black panels on the red sections, and vice versa for the black sections overlapping the red for the panels, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can kind of see it like right there. So basically stuff like that. And while I didn't have to do it as much for H2's New 52 paint job, the legs still kind of what's the word I'm looking for? They still kind of intimidated me, but not as bad as her classic paint job. So yeah, I think next up, I'm going to record the top 10 favorite Star Wars figures of mine for the year, and then my top 10 favorite Marvel figures, and then we'll move on to my top, 15 favorite figures of the year overall. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll try to make the other videos a bit shorter, because this one dragged on a bit too much, but, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'll see you in the next one.